If you're a home builder or thinking about buying a new home, a realtor or a lender, you might want to listen up, especially if you think new home prices are going to drop. The National Association of Home Builders states new energy code mandate a blow to housing affordability. As if we needed anything else to make it harder to buy a new home. But sure enough, the 2021 Energy Efficiency Code that basically says we want builders to build a house with zero footprint is supposed to go into play November of 2025. That seems like a long ways away, right? Well, what it states is you have to follow that energy code with all homes permitted November 2025. That is a full year and a few months ahead of now. But think about this. These energy codes are going to be very severe, which means we have to have time to get to the point where we can actually meet those codes. You can't just all up and do it right away, and I can explain. So my understanding is Minnesota's been doing this for a full year already, and their average home price is very, very high. But they've been doing this for a full year, and to this day, a full year later, they haven't perfected it. So you ask, why does it have to be perfected? The rule is it has to test out at a certain level. So you have to do all these things and make sure it tests out at this certain level in order for that home to be approved for VA and FHA loans. VA and FHA loans are designed for people that don't have a whole lot of money down. Most of the time, they're first-time home buyers. Now, if that house is permitted after November of 2025, in order for you to get that financing, you have to run the energy code test at the end of the build, and it has to hit that level. So if you're now sitting at the closing table, and let's say it's August of 2026, right? Your house is just built. You're sitting at the closing table excited, right? Underwriters get the energy testing back, and you're 1 point below what it needs to be to hit that code. You can't get the loan. That is a new regulation that's bypassing state and local energy code guidelines. They're making us do that starting November 2025. They are putting it into place. If they don't put it into place, I'd be surprised. But that's the direction they're going with the green energy and all the push that they have done for the last 3 years. So think about this. If you're going to meet those codes, you're going to have to spend, as a builder, anywhere, depending on your area. I know in Iowa it's probably going to be anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 extra just to hit those levels. Again, if you're 1 point short, you can't get a VA loan or an FHA loan. They will not finance it, leaving the buyer in a very difficult situation because you can't do energy testing until the very end of the build, which means just a few days, maybe a week prior to closing. And if it doesn't test right, you can never get a VA or FHA loan on that house. So 10 years down the road, someone wants a VA loan. Sorry, when it was built, it didn't hit those codes. So you can't possibly get those types of loans. That's a really, really sticky situation. It seems to me like it's kind of designed for failure. It's designed to pinch out those early buyers, those first-time home buyers, or the buyers that are, I'm not going to say struggling, but they don't have a lot of down payment money and they're wanting to get a VA loan. They want to use that benefit. Again, this is another thing that's going to be really tough for veterans because if those builders can't hit those guidelines, they're just out. But look for that to come. And if you're a home builder, make sure you're paying close attention because you want to be ahead of the game on that. Because if you're not ahead of the game, you might have a real difficult time selling your homes in the future. Again, I can't tell you that it's absolute going to go through, but that's the way they are moving.